Hi guys, I'm going to show you the easiest way to create a hardcore kick using Scilab 1, Filter Bank 3 and Logic X. So with that to do, let's get started. First you need to create a software instrument. I've actually done this tutorial twice, so I've already got the session loaded up and it's at 180 BPM already. Get rid of this keyboard. From here you need to create a MIDI track. It's all pretty standard stuff. Get rid of that. Create some MIDI notes. I like to do mine about 2 long. From here you place them like so. And you do that throughout. So at the moment it's just on the electric piano, so it should sound like this. Pretty average. From here you change to your Scilab 1. This is the part where I actually use a preset, because usually I used to use the microtonic, but I don't anymore. Well, at least not for this kick anyway. So you put it on distorted kick. Some of these kicks sound pretty good. Like there's electric kick, kind of sounds like clicks. Then tick, kind of sounds like a bouncy ball. And then distorted. Which, you know, it sounds alright. It does the job for now. I mean, it's a good like starting base, you know. From here I like to open up an EQ, put the low cutoff on and boost that. This is actually going to give it a lot of shape. I also like to put a low cutoff on because sometimes it gets a bit too messy if you leave a lot of the bottom ends in. I also like to add in a peak at about 1K. Kind of sounds like crap at the moment, but we'll change that. We'll go through and change it. Next you need to open up a distortion unit. Bit Crusher is pretty good. I used to use clip distortion a lot, but I find that it takes a lot of the power out. So here's where we open up Bit Crusher. Your resolution needs to go down to 2 or 3. It's up to you. I like 2. Here's the difference. It's a bit raw. Very raw, actually. Your drive needs to go way up. Also a good time to turn down your level, because I've already clipped. Sounds alright. It actually sounds pretty crap, but it will sound good in a sec. From here you open up your filter bank. You turn your first oscillator filter 1 off, because otherwise it's going to go like this, which is pretty crap. You don't want to keep doing that, you want the consistency. That sounds pretty cool. You turn your low pass to 30 dB. Saying I've already hit, which I have. Need to turn down my clip even more. My track, sorry. You fiddle around with these next. And the greatest thing of all about Filter Bank 3 is its distortion. Already built in. Tube amp is really cool. I had no idea why it was doing that, but you have to turn your your delay send down, otherwise you're gonna get that horrible noise. That actually sounded alright. That's pretty cool. But here's what it should sound like now. Sounds pretty cool, sounds pretty raw. From here I like to add in an exciter. It's all about using your ears, you know, what sounds good to you. It's pretty hard to describe because when I first started this I used to be like, oh, what number did he just put that on? But it's really something you develop over time. Sounds pretty cool. It sounds alright, but it needs that kind of compression, which leads me to my next one, which would be a multi-compressor. For this it's fine to put the compression and stuff on the same channel if you really want to. I also like to use a default setting here, and then which would probably be, I don't know, it's either punchy drum fatness or punchy drums I like. It's good from here because it's a nice starting bass. Now there's quite a few frequencies that sound pretty horrible in that, so I like to add another EQ. Roll off some of the top end with your high cut frequency. From here you go and add another compressor. Otherwise it's going to get wild. Like, look there, my output's already clipped to 9 decibels louder than it should be. sounds, I don't know, sounds a bit lacking, so open back up my first EQ in a chain, because this is actually the EQ that gives it a lot of character. From here you open back up Silent 1 and you change it to your lacking. I find for mainstream hardcore's kicks they don't have the delay. Because with the delay on, it actually sounds like it's train wrecking a bit. From here I also go to the attack envelope for part A and like to fiddle around with this quite a bit until I find a sound I like. That one's kind of cool, sounds a bit like a machine. Sorry, kind of went off for a bit there. Could, fiddle around with this all day, really. Um, I find a lot of hardcore producers as well kind of like to, you know, raise a few of their notes up a bit, so it gives the listeners kind of like a chance to recharge with their ears. So it will sound like this instead. Yeah. Also with kick drums, a valuable thing I actually learned was to lay them. So usually from here I would either lay in a 808 kick drum, anything like a normal kick drum, or I would actually do this all again, but try and get it sounding more bitey, so that way, or even more bassy, because this kind of sounds a bit middly, to get a real crunch. Thanks for watching. I'll put my Facebook page and my SoundCloud in the description, and hopefully I'll do another Tute